On your side, breaking news.
Breaking news first at 5, just into our newsroom. Governor Henry McMaster suspending Bamberg County official Trent Kennard.
He was charged with criminal sexual conduct with a minor. McMaster's office says Kennard was indicted by a grand jury yesterday. Kennard will be suspended from office until he is convicted or acquitted.
Back here in Augusta, we're learning another COVID school closure in Richmond County. District officials telling us Langford Middle School will be transitioning to remote learning starting tomorrow.
They say students will return for in-person classes November 30th after Thanksgiving break. Right now, 54 students and 17 employees at the middle school are in quarantine. This is the 11th school to close due to COVID in the district.
To the election now, and we're taking a look at where the numbers stand.
And over in North Carolina, President Trump is still leading the vote count.
To weather now as we are heading into a weekend. Anthony Carpino in with a look ahead, and we're also tracking an unusual storm with an unusual path.
Oh, yeah, Richard, we're going to keep an eye on Ada as we go through the next couple of days. We're, this evening, though, going to watch the chance for a few showers out there just south of us here in the CSRA. Those will be moving closer to Allendale, Screven counties over the next couple of hours, and you could be seeing a couple of sprinkles from those as well. So as we go through the next few hours, places like Fairfax right around 5:25, you do have the chance for some of those showers. Allendale right around 5:30. These will continue to move to the west-southwest as we go through the next couple of hours. So just keep that in mind. If you do live in those regions, you could see a couple of sprinkles or maybe a light shower out there later on this evening. The rest of us, though, should be staying on the drier side for Friday night football. Those temperatures right at 69 degrees by 7 o'clock, falling into the mid and lower 60s as we get closer to 9, with partly cloudy skies expected to continue as we go through this evening. Low temperatures tonight right around 59 degrees with those partly cloudy conditions. Much more on the forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Guys, back to you.
Taking a look at date.
All right, we do have tropical storm warnings and watches in effect for Cuba. Of the latest on Ada coming up in that full forecast.
A family's plea. Items in its collection date all the way back to 1824. That was when John Quincy Adams was elected our 6th president.
Who knew 1888 was so off the chain? I don't think any of us did.
Very much so.
More breaking news to pass along from our newsroom. Richmond County School Superintendent testing positive for coronavirus. This is Dr. Kenneth Bradshaw. He got his results today. He's going to be working remotely for 10 days.
In a message to employees, he says he is experiencing mild symptoms and fatigue. 11 schools in the district are learning from home because of coronavirus.
To weather now, and meteorologist Anthony Carpino. And Anthony, we're poised for another nice-looking sunset there.
Yeah, you know, the clouds are just starting to move out of the way, Rich, and we're actually going to be able to have that great sunset as we go through pretty much the next 15, 20 minutes from now, and we are going to be seeing those temperatures. It's already starting to cool off, actually. 75 degrees the temperature here in Augusta. We were actually more in the way of some of that sunshine. Temperatures will continue to cool, but right now we're still in the mid-70s across much of the region, upper 70s as you get closer to Louisville at 79. A little bit cooler in Saluda, sitting at 70. Will likely fall into the 60s within the next about 45 minutes or so. And as far as Doppler Max radar is concerned, we're staying nice and dry here in the metro area, but we are watching a couple of these isolated showers just starting to move into Allendale, as well as going through Bamberg and eventually in through Screven County as well. So these will eventually start to fizzle out, especially once that sun goes down. So we can't rule out that chance for a scattered shower or two as we go through this evening, but looking to stay dry here in the metro. Temperatures tonight will be cooling down to the upper 50s, 59 here in Augusta, also into the upper 50s as you go north of I-20, but sticking mainly to the 60s as you go through southern portions of the CSRA. Hour by hour through this evening, that slight chance for some of those showers out there, and as we go through the day tomorrow, again, that brief chance for a scattered shower or two. I really do think that this model is overdoing the risk that we see on Saturday, but we do have that chance for some showers as we go through the afternoon on Sunday. Again, not widespread rain to be in the forecast, but just that general risk for a shower or two. Rain chances continue to go up once we get past Monday, a 60 and 70% chance as we go through Tuesday, in through the day on Wednesday, and a higher chance as well as we go through the day on Thursday. This is all going to be determining on where Tropical Depression Ada sets up as we go through the next few days. This really looping around as we go through on Monday and Tuesday before it enters the Gulf of Mexico, and that means some more rain for us as we continue through Wednesday and through the day on Thursday, as this really just feeds up that moisture from the south, and that will be providing us those showers as we go through Wednesday and Thursday. Some of the models are split right now. The European model brings us between 1 and 2 inches changes for some of our areas. This will likely change as we get more information on the track of Ada. As we go through the next couple of days, we're going to be noticing those temperatures still sticking to above average conditions, 80 degrees as we go through the day on Monday. And as we continue on through next week, we're going to be seeing those 80s continue.
We've talked about the quarantine 15 at the stress of the election, and it'll get even worse. Our local restaurants are noticing too. We'll explain.
Continue to do so as long as I can. I'm Riley Hale, and I approve this message.
A close presidential election, a pandemic, and just 2020 in general have been a lot. It can cause anxiety.
Experts say it can often lead to stress eating. As Tradisha Woodard reports, even our local restaurants are taking notice.
I would eat for no reason, and I didn't realize what it was.
Courtney White says she's no stranger to eating away her emotions.
It's a comfort zone. Like, I love good food, and for me, like, when I'm eating, I'm usually dancing. Like, I'm happy, I'm smiling. It kind of takes the worry away from things.
In the midst of a pandemic, and while urgently waiting to see who will be America's next president, many people are finding comfort in a warm meal.
We're fat man, so I mean, obviously they're coming in for the good stuff.
Over at Fat Man's Cafe, they say things are really picking up, from takeouts to dine-ins and even caterings.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last couple weeks we've really seen a spike in business. Hope they keep counting votes for a couple more weeks.
I also reached out to other places like Metro Diner, Gary's Hamburgers, and Pineapple Inn Tavern. They say they're seeing a peak in sales too, and in comparison to business from the past few months, they say it's nice to be able to get back to some kind of normalcy.
All restaurant owners are still grinding through this whole process, and as much as support as you can, just come out and support us.
Tradisha Woodard, on your side.
I think it's comfort food, and Sierra, you have to give yourself a break.
You have to. I'm so grateful that we always have food on our side.
There's always that. And it's just about dinner time as we speak, Anthony.
I'm already hungry. I'm pretty much more hungry now after seeing all that good food. Well, we're going to be watching the chance for a few scattered showers out there this evening, especially for some of our southern counties. Another look at that forecast coming up.
I'm in Seattle.
Right. Thankful to that viewer for finding out that information for us.
You're on it for us.
All right, let's take a look at your community calendar. Augie's Fall Market is happening tomorrow at SRP Park. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 in the afternoon. There will be lots of vendors there for you to do some early Christmas shopping. It's free to get in, and there is street parking in Riverside Village, and that is free until 2 in the afternoon. Now, as we continue on through this evening, we're going to be watching that slight chance for a few scattered showers, especially in some of our southern counties, going through Allendale, Screven, and maybe even going through Jenkins County, seeing a few scattered showers. Us here in the metro should be staying nice and dry, so for Friday night football, we're going to be seeing some partly cloudy conditions, and those temperatures are going to be cooling down into the mid and lower 60s. As we get closer to 9 o'clock this evening, temperatures tonight cooling down to about 59 degrees, and as we continue over the next 7 days, we are going to be noticing those temperatures right around 79 degrees for your Sunday. Again, that slight chance for some showers, and as we continue on through next week, greater chances for some rain, and the Masters starts on Thursday.
Business picking back up after the pandemic slows everything down for months. Why businesses in Augusta, old and new, are optimistic. First at 5 continues in 3 minutes.
About 5 and 10 miles per hour. Much more on the forecast, including an update on the tropics coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
Some positive news. Downtown Augusta finally starting to see some action again after months of businesses trying to make ends meet thanks to the pandemic.
Sydney Heiberger tells us existing businesses are getting ready to open back up, and new businesses are starting to show interest in moving in.
The Downtown Development Authority tells me they're finally shifting back into recruitment mode, trying to bring in new businesses and fill those empty buildings. And they say they're confident that the businesses already open in downtown Augusta will make it through the pandemic on the other side. Laziza Mediterranean Grill had their soft opening on Broad Street on Wednesday. The owner says they've been trying to get the doors open there for 2 years, but setbacks with their landlord forced them to delay. Margaret Woodard, the director of Augusta's Downtown Development Authority, says when COVID hit, the focus had to quickly shift from bringing in new businesses to trying to keep the businesses they already had. Luckily, she says they're in a place now where they're able to do both.
During the pandemic, with people being sheltered in place, a lot of people started their own businesses. there will be entrepreneurs that are going to be ready to move and start a business.
Well, in addition to Laziza, the Downtown Development Authority tells me several other businesses are on their way to downtown Augusta. We'll tell you all about it tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock. In Augusta, Sydney Heiberger on your side.
Also this evening, for the second day in a row, the U.S. has set a new daily coronavirus case record. Yesterday, the country reported more than 121,000 cases. That data is from Johns Hopkins University, and you can see from the graph the daily cases do appear to be rising. The new record is a big jump from the previous record set by the U.S. the day before. On Wednesday, more than 102,000 cases were reported. We have an update on the race to deliver a corona. Your privacy invaded online, and now people can find out where you live, what you drive. We're going to show you how to avoid that after the break.
And we're going to keep an eye on a couple isolated showers in southern portions of the CSRA. Most of us will end up staying nice and dry. Details coming up in that full forecast. A family.
You know, Google is already following your moves on the internet and in real life, also showing the world what your house looks like.
And if that feels like an invasion of privacy, you're not alone. Jamie Tucker shows us how Google Maps puts some in danger and how to keep everyone from seeing where you live.
Well, at one point, it may have been kind of cool to see your house on Street View, but not so much anymore now that we know just how much information Google has on us. And in fact, Google Street View has put some people at risk. The singer Billie Eilish reportedly had some stalker come to her house 7 times after finding it on Street View. She got a restraining order and blurred her house. So how do you do that? Well, go to Google Maps on a computer or mobile device and search for your address. Then take this little yellow figure, drag and drop it onto the street. There's your house. Move up and down the street and you'll probably see the side of your house, the driveway, your car. Now, you won't be able to force Google to remove the images on your own, but you can ask that your house be blurred when it appears on Street View. Select Report a Problem, and you can blur your house, face, car, license plate, or any other object. Line up the image inside this red box. You'll need to provide Google with information to prove it's your house. Then choose a reason. Now, Google doesn't provide an answer that you just want it to be blurred, so choose misplaced image. Google should contact you by email for more information. Now, Google does a pretty good job blurring license plates, but it isn't perfect. And there's hardly any reason to have pictures of your house on Google Street View, but be aware if you have it blurred, it is permanent. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
What the tech, indeed. Some good information there for us to use if we want.
That's really interesting. Have you ever seen one of those Street View cars they use?
Yes, I was just about to tell Anthony that. I've seen them coming down the street before, and they're just recording everything. It's
yeah, and
really
the cameras are way up high, so they can actually see over fences in some cases, privacy fences. So the company was sued several times for publishing images of people on private property. So interesting issue as we deal with technology today.
I'm Riley Hale, and I approve this message.
If you're in the other room, come to the television right now. They call this kid Little Rice Cake. 3-year-old Yang Youngbo is already a fierce competitor at the ping pong table. Look at this kid. Video of this talented toddler going viral because of his ping pong skills. Sierra, would you take this kid on? You can't.
I don't think I can.
I mean, look at him. His grandmother started training him on their small coffee table when he was 1.5 years old, and now with all this experience, he plays on a full-size professional table. But if you learn ping pong on a coffee table, the full table is so easy, but he can barely reach it.
He's so
Oh my
cute.
gosh.
They call him Little Rice Cake. I just...
Pretty sweet kid.
He's so cute. I can't.
I'm sure
Anthony,
he'll probably go to college for free. You know what I'm saying?
Probably. Are you all good at ping pong?
Not that good.
Not that good.
Not
at
that
all.
good either.
Right,
He's got me
Anthony,
beat.
Take it away, Anthony. Take it away.
All right, switching gears, let's take a look at that community calendar. Augie's Fall